Shishada Govinda ki jai. So we did till 10.8, right? From 7. Krishna's position as the origin of everything. We did till here, right? Past 6th and 7th also. Discussed about the qualities, various qualities that Krishna has created. And the Krishna is source of everything, right? He is the Parampita and Brahma is the Pitama. So he is the Parampita, is the father of the grandfather. Every the mankind, he is the progenitor. So the four Kumaras, seven sages, and 14 Manus are all coming from him. And we completed it. 10.7. Etam vibhutim yogam cha mama yo veti tatvata so vikalpena yogena yujyate nata samshaya. He who knows in truth this glory and power of mind, he engages in unalloyed devotional service, right? So not mixed, no yoga mishra bhakti, nothing, but unalloyed devotional service. So the question was, is unalloyed devotional service is achievable in this, in this world or anywhere? No, it's not achievable. The only desire one should have is to serve the Lord. If one is attaining the Krishna Prema, that is the only desire. So that is unalloyed devotional service, right? Because desire will be there. Till the death, some desire will be there. Just we need to see that how to dovetail our desire to have only one desire in our mind, that is Krishna Prema. With everything, only Krishna Prema is our in our mind. That is our only desire. By that, if we come to that stage, then that is unalloyed devotional service, right? And one who knows this truth and power of him, power of Krishna, then there is no doubt, right? He will engage, right? So why, how to engage ourselves in unalloyed devotional service, how to make our desires? If we know that he is the friend, he is our true friend, he is from him everything is coming, if we know this, then only we will be doing unalloyed devotional service, right? Because if we don't know this knowledge, this confidential knowledge, then we won't be going for unalloyed devotional service, right? Rather it will be some demigod worship we will going, since we know that Krishna is the origin of everything. He is the truth, he is the absolute truth. His glories are there, he has all the six opulences, one knows his power, then only he will go for unalloyed devotional service, right? This is the trick to go to him. So now the Chatur Shloki will come, the most important shlokas in the Bhagavad Gita. The Lord speaks the Chatur Shloki, right? In Bhagavatam, similarly, Lord has only four shlokas. Only four shloka he has in Bhagavatam, right? So that's why here also Chatur Shloki is there. So he says in 10.8, Aham sarvasya prabhavo prata sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante ma buddha bhava samanvita. Hare Krishna. Translation, anyone?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who know this perfectly engage in my devotion service and worship me with all their hearts. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So here he is saying, Aham Sarvasya Prabhava. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Mata Sarvam Pravartate. Everything emanates from me. Everything, Mata Sarvam Pravartate. Everything emanates. Everything is emanating from him only, right? The Brahma is coming from him. Every living entity, all things are the spiritual worlds, the material worlds, everything is coming out of him only. The wise who known is Iti Matva Bharante Mam. The wise who knows this perfectly engage in my Buddha Bhava Samanvita, engage in my devotion service and worship me with all their hearts, right? So he says that one who knows this, right? One who knows this, one who comes to this understanding, he gives the he basically is the he will know that how to do the devotion service. If one who knows this, because one is wise when he is wise, when he knows that Krishna is the source of all spiritual material worlds, right? He again and again said he is the seed giving father, he is the seed giving, he is the grandfather, he is the father, he is the parampita, right? He is the and he is the mother of everything he is. So if everything is coming from him, all the spiritual is coming, the three-fourth part of the world is coming from him, one-fourth part of the world, the material world is coming from him. And why is who the one who is knowing this, then he will know that okay, he is already there, he is the controller, he is the maintainer, right? So since he is there, so he will be doing the devotional service, right? Because he will know that everything belongs to him. Everything is for his for his pleasure only, right? He will say that Bhoktaram Yagyatapasam, right? Sarva Lokamaheshwaram, right? He is everything. All the yagnas are going to him. Sodam Sarvabhutanam. He is the benefactor and the well-wisher of all the living entities, right? So one is saying that, then he will know that he is wise, he is wise, and he will be engaged in the devotional service, right? So getting to the devotional service, the trick is one who knows all these things, right? If one doesn't know that, okay, Krishna is the supplier, Krishna is the maintainer, Krishna is the controller, then he will be going to some demigod, right? But who will know that he is everything, then he will not going to anyone else, rather coming to the Krishna himself, right? So in the Narayana Upanishad, Vara Purana, Narayanath Brahma Jayate, from Narayana Brahma is born, right? Narayana Prajapita Jayate, from Narayana the patriarchs are born, right? So from Narayana Brahma is born, from Narayana the patriarchs are born. Narayana Indra Jayate, from Narayana Indra is born, right? Narayana Ashtav Vasavo Jayante, from Narayana the 8 Vasus are born. Narayana Ekadasha Rudra Jayante, Narayana the 11 Rudras are born. Narayana Dwadasha Ditya, from Narayana the 12 Adityas are born. The Narayana is an expansion of Krishna, right? The Vishnu is an expansion of Krishna, right? So in the Brihad Puran, in the Varaha Puran, basically it is mentioned, right? So Vedas Brahmyo Devaki Putra, the son of Devaki, Krishna is the supreme person. The son of Devaki, Krishna is the supreme personality. Narayana Upanishad, it says, in the beginning of the creation there was only the supreme personality Narayana, right? Where there was Mahatatvada, there was Mahavishnu, and from there Garbhodakshay Vishnu comes, who create all this material world. From the Garbhodakshay, in each and every, to create the diversities, each and every living atom, the Shirodakshay Vishnu gives, right? So in the starting, who was there? Only Narayana was there. There was no Brahma, no Shiva, no water, no fire, no moon, no heaven and earth, no stars in the sky, no sun, right? Nothing was there. Then when the Narayana was in the beginning. In the Maha Upanishad, Lord Shiva was born from the forehead of the Supreme Lord, right? Text 8, Krishna Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo Mata Sarvam Pravartate is saying, right? Krishna is the original source of all spiritual and material. Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo, right? Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo Mata Sarvam Pravartate. Result of knowing iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita, right? So results of knowing iti matva, those who, the wise who knows this, iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita, with all their heart they start the devotional service, right? So worships Krishna with all their hearts, engages in devotional service and surrenders, right? So again and again he's saying, in each and every chapter, he says he says two things, right? I will take care of you, and you surrender to me. You surrender to me, I will take care of you. In the essence of every chapter, you it will be there that you surrender me, I will take care, I will take care. He's again and again saying, I will take care, you just surrender, right? Again and again, everywhere he's saying like this only. So 10.9, Mat chitta mad gata prana bodhayanta parashparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Hare Krishna. Translation even. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Madhuri. Yes, Madhuri.
The thoughts of my dear devotee dwell in me, their lips are surrendered unto me, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss in lighting one another and conserving about me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, what does a pure devotee do? Right, when the first part he says in the wise, what does he do? He engages in the devotion service, right? Engages in the devotion service. In the second shloka, he says that since they have engaged in devotion service. So, what is that devotion service? No, what we are doing devotion service? Hare Krishna. Can anyone tell? And what kind of devotion service we are doing? Hare Krishna.
Sankirtan.
Chanting Shravanam and Kirtanam, right? These two devotion service we are regularly doing, right? So the Shravanam and Kirtanam, right? Shravanam and Kirtanam is the devotion service, right? Because the pure devotee has done. So we are following the pure devotee, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada. We are following the Srila Prabhupada, right? So we are following the pure devotees, right? Taking the name of the holy name of the Lord, right? So their lives, so how the wise are engaged in devotion service, they are surrendered, right? They are surrendered. Bodhayantu Parashparam Kathayantascha Maham Nityam. Always they derive great satisfaction, bliss, enlightening one another and conversing about me. So you will see that they are always talking about the Lord's glories, right? Always talking about the Lord's form, always talking about the Lord's pastimes, right? Everything, whatever the paraphernalia is related to the Lord, they will talk about in the sages of Naimisharanya. When in the Bhagavatam, some topic was changed by Sutta Goswami. Then the Naimisharanya sages said that, is this topic related to Krishna, why you are telling this? Then he said, yes, yes, it is related to Krishna, because the pure devotees are like that. They are always surrendered to Krishna, and they derive great satisfaction. They talk only about Krishna, right? If one is a pure devotee, he will always talk about the glories of the Lord, his forms, his pastimes, his leelas, and everything he will talk about. So he is saying that the lives are surrendered to me. They don't care about anything, where they are living. They are living in the earth, they are living in the spiritual world, because they are always transcendental, because they are always talking transcendental words. Why transcendental words? Because these are the Lord's word, right? The Lord's the Lord the form, pastime, and all the things are basically transcendental, right? And this absolute we cannot apprehend, we cannot appreciate it, because we are not at the absolute platform, right? So one needs to be basically gets purified by Hare Krishna Mahamantra, right? So pure devotee, they are always talking. So Srila Prabhupada went there, always talking about them, always chanting his glories, always waking up in the at 1 o'clock, and then from the 2 o'clock he start writing his Bhagavatam, translating Bhagavatam, always doing devotion service. Either he is writing the devotion, in the starting in the starting of the movement, what some of the persons and living with him, they did, they, because they are Americans, right? So the Americans they test and practically they test, okay. So what they did, they put the camera in the room of the Prabhupada, right? So in order to check that what Srila Prabhupada is doing, right? So what they found out that they found out that Srila Prabhupada always wakes up, either he's writing books, he is reading books, or chanting. That's it. He is doing nothing in his room. So he they verified it in the what Srila Prabhupada used to do in the, because they are like that, the Americans are like that, they believe in the practicality. When they saw that, their heart melted, and then started worshipping Srila Prabhupada, right? So they following the movement and started preaching, right, in the all over the world, right? So this is, these are the example that Krishna is saying that what the wise engages in devotional service, because aham sarvasya prabhavo mata sarvam, because everything is emanating from him, right? All the material spiritual world. So wise knows this, and he will go for devotional service to the supreme Lord. And what they will do, they will talk about the pastimes, forms, and leelas, right? They are surrendered, and they have great satisfaction and bliss in enlightening one another and conversing about me, right? So the opulence of the absolute, the opulence we are learning, the opulence of the absolute, right? The symptoms of here you can see that, right? One, the Mataji is cooking for Krishna, always singing. She is singing Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Lovingly, she is thinking about Krishna, right? He is cleaning the utensils. The Prabhuji is cleaning the utensils, always engaged in the service, right? Then they are doing Archanam Seva. They are cleaning the temple, right? The one who basically, Prabhupada used to tell that one who is, preparing mala or doing altar service in the temple, or one who is cleaning in the temple, are both at the same level, because both are transcendental activity. Anything related to Krishna are the transcendental activities, right? So if one is decorating the deities or doing temple cleaning service, both are at the same level, because both are transcendental activities, right? So they are, here you can see that they are always describing our Krishna, that how Krishna used to deal, what is there in the, how Krishna looks, again, because, if you think that, have we ever thought about how Krishna looks out, how he smiles, how he walks, right? How he runs, right? When you love someone, and then you will, get to these things, that how he walks, or how he, all these things are related to when one has a Krishna prema, right? So one is progressing, one is engaging about these conversation, how he walks, how he smiles, how he looks, right? What are his features, what kind of malas he wear, what kind of where he applies the kajal, where he keeps the peacock feather, all those things, what are the six, all the shingars do. So all this how he so all these things are related to Krishna, and these are all transcendental things, right? This defined that this defined as a person is progressing towards Krishna prema, right? So, one it's teaching the child that the Matari is teaching the child the Krishna consciousness, right? And all this book distribution is doing. Gita Jayanti has started from the first is from the Mokshada Ekshadashi, and the Gita Jayanti has started. So now we are the book marathon is going on. So we should engage in the service of distributing the books, right? The Bhagavad Gita books you can just buy from ISKCON Mangalore, or and get there on and in your nearest ISKCON you can go with them, start distributing Bhagavad Gita, because it is transcendental service. This is what ISKCON is about. It is about is preaching, right? Symptoms of a pure devotee: Krishna becomes his life and soul, and he constantly hears about and discusses Krishna, right? Life and soul, everything Krishna becomes, right? So two stages of devotional service is there. Preliminary stage, right? They relish the transcendental pleasure from the service itself, right? We are doing some devotional service. We will relish it. We will have a blissful state in this doing this service, right? How? Because we have no taste in the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, right? No taste is coming. No taste is coming in the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So where we are getting the rasa from? We are getting the rasa from doing the devotional service to the Lord, right? That is the only rasa currently we have. This is basically purifying us, right? And chanting, right? And mature stage, what happens? They are always situated in love of God, and thus relish the highest perfection, which is exhibited by the Lord in his abode, right? The bhava stage, the prema stage, there than Prahlad Maharaj stage, right? Always situated in God's self. He has no issue. He had no issue. Whatever the surrounding is, whatever their environment is, he had no issues. He had no always blissful, because he knows that in the heart, Paramatma is always there. He is always happy, and thus reach the highest perfection, right? They have the highest perfection, which is exhibited by Lord in his abode, right? So for three parts, thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me, a life fully devoted to my service, right? For whole life they devote to the service of the Lord. They derive great satisfaction, and they are content, they are satisfied, right? And bliss always conversing about me, right? 10th part. Tesham satata yuktana bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayanti te. So, to those who are constantly devoted and worship me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me, right? In the first part, in the first shloka, Chaturshloki, we learned that the wise surrender on to Krishna and he goes to him. Then he engages himself in devotional service and he has relished it. He has great satisfaction in it, right? Then what happens? One is having great satisfaction in it. So, one will say that I cannot understand Gita. Not to worry. Krishna has told here, right? To those who are constantly devoted in worship, you are doing God devotion service regularly, you are disciplined with love, I give the understanding, dadami buddhi yogam tam, he will give the understanding by which they can come to me, right? So we don't have to worry that I am not able to understand. What you do? Go and clean the temple, get some service in the temple, right? Get some service to the Lord, do some devotion service to the Lord. What will happen? He say, Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. Because you will go voluntarily, you will go with love, you will go with your willpower, right? With the will you will go. You will have the desire to serve the Lord, and you want that you get the understanding, right? So what will happen? What will happen? Automatically, when you read the Bhagavad Gita, you will realize what Krishna is saying. You will realize what Bhagavatam is speaking about, right? So this is this is the trick to understand, right? This is the trick to understand Bhagavad Gita. This is a trick to understand Bhagavatam, right? Just out of empirical, philosophy, one is just reading Bhagavad Gita. One will not have that much effect, right? They will have good, they will understand something, but engagement and devotional service, you are taking the lift, taking right the speedboat you are taking down, instead of just a boat, you are taking a speedboat, because this boat can because this boat can sink anytime in this in this world full misery, ocean of misery, right? It can sink anytime. So what we need to do, we need to help pick up a machine which is which is the Bhagavatam, which is Bhagavad Gita devotional service, basically chanting and convert it into speedboat in order to reach Krishna fast. And each and every shloka you read in the Bhagavatam, you become one step closer to Krishna, right? So when a person knows the goal of life but is addicted to the fruits of activities, he is acting in karma yoga, right? So one who knows that yes, Krishna is there, yes, no, my ultimate aim is the self-realization, but still he is addicted to the fruits of activities, then it is called karma yoga. That the goal, no one should, one is having the goal is Krishna, but he takes pleasure in mental speculation to understand Krishna, is acting in Jnana yoga. Jnana yoga is, one knows that there is Krishna, but he is still, he is enjoying in the, like this is, like with this knowledge, Krishna can be with this knowledge, contemplation and the knowledge is going on, that is Jnana yoga, right? The goal and seeks that seeks Krishna completely in Krishna consciousness and devotional service, he is acting in Bhakti Yoga, right? So the goal that seeks, basically one who is having Krishna consciousness completely and totally engaged in the devotional service, is the Buddhi Yoga or Bhakti Yoga, which is the complete yoga, right? The ultimate stage of Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, and Karma Yoga is the maximum in yoga ladder. The Buddhi Yoga, the Bhakti Yoga is the one thing that it comes at the end. Comes at the ultimate goal. The complete yoga is the highest perfectional stage of life, right? The different stages of life you can see here. The Karma Yoga. Right, the karma yoga, when one knows the goal is Krishna, but it is addicted to the fruits. He wants some fruits also, right? So that is karma yoga. The Jnana yoga is mind contemplation, some philosophical contemplation is going. He is taking pleasure out of it by reading some books, and he is speculating on it. And that is Jnana yoga, right? When one is using Buddhi yoga means Bhakti yoga only. Okay. So when one knows the goal and seeks completely in Krishna consciousness and devotion service, he is acting in Buddhi yoga, Bhakti yoga, the complete yoga, right? So fourth sloka now. Teshamevanukampartham aham agyanam jam tamah pashyami atma vasto jnanadipena bhasvata. Hare Krishna. Translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Mataji.
Out of compassion for them and dwelling in their hearts destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So firstly, Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. He is giving the understanding. One is wise and surrendering, going to the devotional service, always talking about Krishna. Then he is giving the understanding. Krishna himself helps that, okay, I give the understanding. Now with the knowledge, the lamp, the shining lamp is the knowledge. And the out of compassion for them, he is having compassion. He is having mercy on us, right? He is having mercy on us, dwelling in their hearts, destroy the shining lamp of knowledge. He is there, the Paramatma Swarup. From the inside, he is helping us, right? Whatever ignorance is there, from the inside, he helps us, right? You can experience it. This is a practical thing one can experience. One is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and doing some devotional service. You will realize all these things, right? And anyone tell that what these three pictures denote? First picture, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Parikshit Maharaj.
Yes, Parikshit Maharaj and
Sukhdev.
Sukhdev Goswami. So Sukhdev Goswami is teaching to Parikshit Maharaj. The knowledge is being imparting, right? So out of compassion, he was dying in 7 days, and he had last 7 days. Out of compassion. So Sukhdev Goswami, he started giving the knowledge of Krishna, because so that all the ignorance born of darkness, which is darkness, basically is vanished through the shining lamp of knowledge, right? So whatever doubts were there, the ultimate shloka, the 11th shloka is for that, right? And similarly here, can anyone remember this? Who is this picture? Who is in this picture? Hare Krishna. Third one, this forest one. This is basically Uddhava and Krishna. Krishna imparting, and Uddhav Gita one says, right? Uddhav Gita, right? Uddhav Gita, the Krishna is imparting to Uddhava, right? And this is, anyone remembers? He is
Kapil
the,
Devan. His mother.
sorry, Matari, Hare Krishna.
Kapil Dev Prabhuji,
Yes, yes, yes. Kapil Dev Muni and her
his
mother.
mother.
Yes, yes, his mother, that is Devuti, right? Kapil Dev Muni and his mother, right? Yes. She is not Kunti Maharani Mataji. Yes. Sukdev Goswami Parikshit. Yes, yes, Mataji, correct. Hare Krishna. Okay. So, so these were the portion of the Lord, the special mercy of the Lord. The Lord destroys all the impediments and dispels any ignorance in the heart with the shining lamp of knowledge. Right. So he takes care of everything. What one lacks, he gives. Right. What one has to keep, he keeps. He preserve it, and one which is missing, what one is lacking, he gives it. Right. So again and again saying all the knowledge from the inside he will clear. Right. We come to the third section, 12 to 18. Arjuna accepts Krishna's position as request to hear more of his opulences because it is nectar to hear about the Lord, right? It is nectar to hear about the Supreme Personality of Godhead for the pure devotee, right? So he wants to listen more and more about the opulences. So detailing he wants now. He wants to detail. So Arjuna refers to previous authorities, right? Thus confirms Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He accepts also by his own relation, right? Prays to Krishna to hear more of his glories so that he can always think of him and remember. Antakali chamameva smaran mukta kalirvam. For that, no, he wants to know Janma karma chame divyam evam yogati tatvata. For that, for knowing his appearance and activities and going through the Goloka Vrindavan, he wants to know that. So again, he has all this, he is remembering that in the end he wants to remember about him. So he wants to hear more and more because what will come in the end? The memories you have created, the memories, the more life what you have done, that will come in onto you, right? If your life is Krishna consciousness, then that blissful state will come, right? It is very important that we do self-relation. So self-relation is very important because if we are not drawing any blissfulness out of it, any nectar out of it, then at the end of life what will happen? Look, Bhakti Yoga will not vanish like that, right? Bhakti Yoga, whatever progress we have done, whatever self-relation we have done, that will go to the next life. That is fine, right? But we should do self-relation, right? Being in the ISKCON for 10 years, 5 years, 20 years doesn't matter, right? The being in Krishna conscious is very important, right? So otherwise, Krishna will remain unknowable, right? So if you want to know about Krishna, hear more and more about him. Attend Bhagavatam class, attend Gita classes, read about him, read Prabhupada books, right? So Arjuna परम ब्रह्म परम धाम पवित्रम परमं भवान पुरुषम शाश्वतम दिव्यम आदिदेवम अजब विभुम आहुस्त्वम ऋष्य सर्वे देवर्षि नारदस्तथा अशीतो देवालो व्यासा स्वयं चैवा ब्रवीषि me. So he is now very happy now. He is with blissful state. He is saying, Arjuna said, you are the supreme Brahman, the ultimate, the supreme abode and purifier. Right? He is saying, he is very happy now. The absolute truth and the eternal divine person, right? So he is glorifying the Lord, right? You are the primal God, transcendental and original, and you are the unborn and all pervading beauty, right? The stuti is going on. He's praying to the Lord. He's saying to the Lord so that more and more he can hear about him, right? All the great sages, he is giving example also, right? Not only him, he is giving example now. All the great sages such as Narada, Ashita, Devala, and Vyasa proclaim this of you. All, not only me, they also are proclaiming this, right? You are the supreme Param Brahma, Param Dhama, right? The ultimate Dham is the supreme abode, right? The Goloka, Vrindavan, the Krishna Loka, right? We need to go there. So the Param Dhama, you are the Param Dhama. Your lotus feet is the Param Dhama. You are the Param Supreme Brahman. You are the purifier. You are purifying us from the inside, right? You are the absolute truth. If one knows you, then there is nothing to be known, right? You are the eternal divine person, right? You are the Satchidanand, he is saying. You are the Satchidanand, right? You are the primal Lord, Pavitram Puram, purifier, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Shashvatam, right? Eternal divine, Divyam, right? You are the primal Lord, Adi Deva, transcendental, you are unborn, right? So transcendental origin, you are the unborn and all pervading beauty, all beauty he is, right? So Narad Muni, the Ashita Muni, and the Devala, the Vyasa Muni, they proclaim this of you and know you yourself are declaring to me, right? So he is now saying that now he is now glorifying Krishna, right? You can see his power that these are like the pure devotees, the Param Brahma, right? You are the supreme truth. Param Dhama, you are the ultimate abode. You are pavitram, the purest, the untainted by material contamination. When you come here, you are not tainted by the material contamination because you are nirguna. The three modes of material nature doesn't affect you, right? So Paramam Bhavan, the absolute truth, you are the absolute truth, your lotus feet is the absolute truth, the Purusham, that you are the person, you are the supreme enjoyer. And who is the Purusha? Krishna is only the Purusha. What we are all the Prakriti, right? Who is the ultimate Purusha? He is the supreme enjoyer, right? Whatever we are enjoying, we are not enjoying. Actually, who is enjoying? The Paramatma, the Krishna is enjoying, right? Shashvatam, eternal, right? We are here for his pleasure, right? We are here for his pleasure. We are doing everything for his pleasure. What we are chanting for? We are chanting for Krishna's pleasure, right? Why we are doing kirtan? We are not doing the kirtan for others. We are not doing the kirtan for the persons present, the devotees present here. No, we are doing it for the Krishna's pleasure. Everything that is being done, the kirtan, the chanting, hearing, everything that is being done is for the Krishna's pleasure, right? It is not some entertainment kirtan, nothing like that. It is just for Krishna's pleasure, right? He is Divyam, he is transcendental, right? He is Satchidanand, he is Adidevan, he is the original Lord, right? Supreme Lord Ajanma, he is unborn, right? He is not born. He has not come out of physically from the right? Devki mother. He has come, he has appeared from the hearts of the Devki and the Vasudev in order to protect, to deliver the pious and annihilate the miscreants. Paritranam sadhunam vinashaya duskritam. Vibhum, he is the greatest. He is Vibhu Atma. We are Anu Atma. Anu Atma means we are the minute particle. We are the minute particle. He is Vibhu Atma means infinite particle, right? Accepted by all acharyas, Narad Muni, Ashita Muni, Devala, and Vyasa, right? You yourself are declaring it to me, right? I totally accept as truth. Supreme Personality himself is saying, so you are totally accept as truth. Neither demigods nor demons can understand your personality, right? They cannot understand. 10.14 सर्वमितं ऋतं मन्ये यान्मां व्यादशी केशव नाहि दे भगवान् व्यक्तिं विदुर्देवानन् दानवः हरे कृष्ण ट्रांसलेशन इवन हरे कृष्ण ओके O Krishna, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the gods nor demons, O Lord, know thy personality, right? Neither the demons nor gods will know his personality, right? So he is totally accepting because Supreme Lord himself is saying. 10.15 Indeed, you alone know yourself by your own potencies, O origin of Lord, Lord of all beings, God of gods, O Supreme Person, Lord of the universe. Right? Again, he is saying the glories to the Lord. He's saying the glories to the Krishna. Right? So you who will know himself, who will know Krishna only by his own potency one can know, right? The yoga, the Mahamaya, the curtain is there, the curtain of the Mahamaya is there. That's why we cannot see Krishna. But as soon as the curtain of the Mahamaya, the Maya, fades, then we can see the Krishna. Right, we can see the Krishna in the sun. We can see the some light of the sun and the moon. We can see him. We can taste him in the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We can taste him in the water. Water, the water is tasteless. He is the taste of the water by the will of the we can taste the will of the ability of the man, right? Various example, various allergies are there, various opulences are there, right? 10.15 says Swayamevatmanatmanam Vetatvam Purushottama Bhuta Bhavana Bhutesha Deva Deva Jagatpate. Indeed, you all alone know yourself by your own internal potency, or supreme person, origin of all, lord of all beings, god of gods, lord of the universe, right? व्यक्तुमर्षे अशेषेण दिव्य हे आत्मविभूतयः याभिर्विभूतिभिर्लोकान् इमां स्वां व्यप्यातिष्ठसि हरे कृष्ण ट्रांसलेशन वन
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी
Please tell me in detail of your divine opulences by which you pervade all this world. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, if we are standing in front of the God, what we'll say, the pure devotee will say that please tell me in detail in your divine opulences. Now he wants to know more and more about the Lord, right? Because he is a Param Dharma, he is a Param Dhamma, right? He is glorified now. He wants to remember it till the end of his life, right? So that he can reach him. right? So he by which he want to opulence, by which how you are present in all these worlds, how you are present in all this world in the at the single time he wants to know. So how should I, now he asks, how should I meditate on you, and what various forms are you to be contemplated, O blessed Lord? Right? These questions he is asking. Tell me again in detail, O Janardana, of your mighty potencies and glories, for I never tire of hearing your ambrosial words. Right? So again, because it is nectar to hear the Lord's glories, Lord's opulences, right? So Arjuna requests to hear the more about Krishna's glories. Right? Please describe in detail the mystic power of your opulences. I am never satisfied in hearing about you. For the more I hear, the more I want to taste the nectar of your words. Right? Advantage of hearing Krishna's opulences, hearing increases remembrance. Right? More we hear, we will learn. Right? More the shloka you hear, you will learn the shloka. The more you hear about Krishna, you will be connected to the Krishna. The remembrance to the Krishna will come. Right? So more and more one should hear about Krishna. So always think of Krishna. How there are two things in ISKCON one should do that. Right? Only two things. You want to do bhakti yoga, two things. Always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. Right? These are the only two things that you should apply in your daily activity. Is this activity making me think of Krishna? Then it's good. Is this activity is forgetting me is letting me forget about Krishna? Then that is not good. Right? Simple activities are there. Thus, by remembering Krishna, one can relish great nectar, right? One is never satisfied by hearing about Krishna, right? So, Sonaka Rishi to Sutta Goswami in Srimad Bhagavatam he says. So Arjuna, why Arjuna wanted to hear more about all the pervading opulences of Krishna? So in 10 verse 16, to Arjuna is already satisfied with the understanding of Krishna and has no doubt about Krishna. So now he has understood that he is the absolute truth, he is the supreme personality Godhead. But he has reasons. First reason is he is saying the for the sake of common people, right? For us, he wants us to clarify that okay, for the common people, all should know his opulences, glories, right? Second, for the sake of materialist, materialists will not be able to comprehend, will not be able to comprehend, all little things. They will not be able to, see about that. So, in order to see the, Vishwarupa, so he wants to go into detail of his opulences, right? So that's why for the materialist, right? And point 17, for personal absorption, Arjuna wants to know how shall I constantly think of you, right? Because what does a devotee want? He never forgets Krishna. He never forgets Krishna and he always remembers Krishna, right? This is the only desire of a devotee, right? He wants to taste the nectar, wants to hear more and more and taste the nectar of his words, right? Because Krishna speaks, it is all nectar. It is all nectar, right? Krishna's opulences, 19 to 42, right? So we go for Krishna describes the most prominent among his limitless, all pervading opulences, right? So he all the limitless, all pervading opulences he will describe now, names his opulences, and then this explains that these opulences simply indicate a fraction of his glories, right? He will give some fraction of his glories, some fraction of his opulences, right? Because he pervades and supports the entire universe with a mere fragment of his total potency, right? Because no, Shirodaksha Vishnu is present everywhere. With that energy only, he is ruling the world. He is, every will of the world is there. So Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Hantate Kathayeshyami Divya He Atma Vibhutaya Pradhanayatah Kuru Shrestha Nasti Anto Vitarashya Me. Hare Krishna. Translation anyone?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
The blessed Lord said, yes, I will tell you of my splendorous manifestation, but only of those which are prominent, O Arjuna, for my opulence is limitless. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So he will say, very fraction of his opulences, very fraction of his opulences only, so that material people like us, material common people like us, so that grasp it, so that think of it, so that we have, we can think of Krishna, right? So he wanted to know. So we will identify some, some opulences here also. Hare Krishna. Can you identify who is this elephant is and who is sitting on the elephant? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna in the picture. Can anyone tell? Okay, in the chat box, Airavat, Hari Bol Matari. Indra is on the Airavat, right? This is Shivji, right? This is Brahma. Who this is? Hare Krishna. Anyone tell? Gautam Buddha, Hari Bol Matari. Who is behind Gautam Buddha? Hare Krishna. Who is behind Gautam Buddha? Yes, Lord Ram, right? And know everything, I guess. Who is this personality? Hare Krishna. The one with the, Parshuram. No, Matari, he is not Parshuram. See, he has, something to grasp. No, he is not Balram, he is not. He is Jamraj, Matari, he is Jamraj. He is Jamraj, the death personified. Okay, that's all Vishnu is there, Lord Vishnu is there, Prahlad Maharaj is there, Kubera is there, no, Vasuki is there, and these all personalities are there. Okay, we'll proceed then. So, Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarvabhutasya Sthitah Ahamadesh Madhyam Cha Bhutanamanta Eva Cha. Hare Krishna. Translation even.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
I am the Super Soul, O Arjuna, seated in the hearts of all living entities. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So he is defining that he is a super soul also, right? The absolute truth are at the three levels. There is soul, there is super soul, and there is Bhagavan, right? So Aham Atma Gunakesha. He is addressing Gunakesha to Arjuna, right? He is the controller of his sleep. He is the controller of the sleep, right? So he is saying Gunakesha. Aham Atma Gunakesha. Sarva Bhutasya Sthita. Arjuna seated in hearts of all living entities, right? So he is Sarva Bhutasya Sthita. Aham Adescha Madhyamcha. He is the beginning, right? He is Adi, he is the beginning. He is the medium, he is the middle, Madhyamcha, Bhutanam, right? And the end of all beings. Antayevacha, Bhutanam, and the end of all beings, right? So he is the beginning, middle, and end of all living beings, right? So he is like that, right? Now he will describe his, he described that how he is situated, how where he is situated. He is the super soul. Now he described that how what are his energies, how you can see him, right? So Adityanam Aham Vishnu Jyotisham Ravir Amshuman Marichir Maruttamashmi Nakshatranam Aham Shashi. Hare Krishna. Translation even.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Of the Adityas, I am Vishnu. Of lights, I am the radiant sun. Of the Marits, I am the Marichi. And among the stars, I am the moon. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So in the Paramatma Swarup, he is Vishnu, he is the Shirudakshay Vishnu, he is the Garbhodakshay Vishnu, he is the Mahavishnu. Of the Adityas, he is I am the Vishnu, right? Of lights, I am the radiant sun. So where you can find Krishna? At the radiant sun. At the light of the sun, you can find Krishna. At the Maruts, I am the Marichi, and among the stars, I am the moon. Of the stars, and then the Shastra, moon is regarded as stars. No, we learn in the science book the star is the sun basically. It's not like that. In the Vedas, moon is considered basically a star. Okay. So the sun planet, you can see the sun planet, the sun planet, the moon planet, the both we can see, right? We can see and we can think of Krishna, right? So you can see his opulences here only. Vedanam sama vedosmi devanam ashmi vasavaha indranam manas chasmi bhutanam ashmi chetana. Hare Krishna. Translation even.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Of the Vedas, I am the Samve. Of the demigods, I am Indra, the king of heaven. Of the senses, I am the mind, and in living beings, I am the living force, consciousness. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So one is referring to Veda, Samveda. So that is Krishna. Demigods, one is worshipping Indra. One demigods, Indra of the demigods, the highest, who is controller of the Devtas. So demigod, the Indra is there, right? King of the demigods, right? The king of heaven, right? The Indra. Of the senses, I am the mind. The sense is the most difficult to control, right? So he is the mind, right? And the living beings, I am the living force consciousness. So our consciousness, living force is Krishna. 10.23 Rudranam Sankarash Chasmi Viteshu Yaksha Rakshanam Rakshasham Vashunam Pavakaschasmi Meru Sikharinam Aham. Hare Krishna. Translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Of all the Rudras, I am the Lord Shiva. Of the Yakshas, I am the Rakshas. I am the Lord of the wealth, Kuvera. Of the Vasus, I am fire, Agni, and of the mountains, I am Niri. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So of the Rudras, he is the Lord Shiva. Of the Yaksha Rakshasas, I am the Lord of Wealth Kuvera. The Vashus, I am the fire. So Agni, you can see him in the fire, right? Of the mountains, I am the Meru Parvat, right? Prodhasham cha mukhyam mam vidhi partha brahaspitam brahaspatim senaninam aham skanda sarsham ashmi sagaraha. Hare Krishna. Translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Of priests, O Arjuna, know me to be the chief Brihaspati. Of generals, I am Kartikeya, and of bodies of water, I am the ocean. Hare Krishna.
And so here, the chief, he is the Brahaspati, he is the generals in the Kartikeya, and of the generals he is Kartikeya, and of the bodies of water, I am the ocean. Right? Whatever significant thing is one is, he is Krishna, right? Uchchasheva sham asvana vidhi mam amratodbhavam Airavatam Gajendranam Naranam Cha Naridipam Hare Krishna. Translation, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Of horses, no need to be Uchchashvara. I'm
Uchchisrava.
sorry, Uchchashrava. Produced during the churning of the ocean for nectar. Of lordly elephants, I am Ravata and Ravat, and among men, I am the man. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So of the horses, he is the Uchcheshava. When the churning of the ocean was between the Deva and the Ashuras, so out of the nectar he came out of him. The Uchcheshava came out of the nectars of the ocean. And of lordly elephants, he is the Airavata, who carries the Indra, Lord Indra, the Lord of the heaven. And among men, I am the monarch, right? अयुद्धानाम् अहं वज्रं देहूनां धेनूनाम् अस्मि कामधुक् प्रजनश्चास्मि कन्दर्पा सर्पानामस्मि वासुकीः हरे कृष्ण ट्रांसलेशन प्लीज
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण
Of weapons, I am the thunderbolt. Among cows, I am the surbi. Of causes for procreation, I am Kandharpa, the god of love. And of serpents, I am Vasuki. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So he is the Vajra. He is Vajra. The Vajra is basically the weapon of Lord Indra, right? On the cows, he is the Surbi, right? Surbi cows, right? Everything, all the nectar, all the nectar, all the beautiful cow, the giver of the boons, right? Surbi cow, right? Of causes of procreation, I am the Kandarpa, right? The god of love, right? And of serpents, I am the Vasuki, right? Anantaschasmi Naganam वरुणो यादसाम् अहं पितॄणामर्यमा चास्मि यम संयमताम् अहं. Hare Krishna. Translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Of the many hooded Nagas, I am Ananta, and among the aquatics, I am the demigods of Varuna. Of departed ancestors, I am Haryama, and among the dispenser of law, I am Yama, the lord of death. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, of the many hooded Nagas, and Ananta Shesh Nag, right? Ananta Shesh Nag is there. And among the aquatics, I am the demigod Varuna, right? Of departed ancestors, I am Aryama. And among the dispensers of law, I am the Yamala, Lord of Death, right? Praladas Chasmi Daityanam Kala Kalya Tam Aham Mraganam Cha Mridgendro Aham Venateyas Cha Pakshinam. Hare Krishna. Translation, anyone?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Among the Daitya demons, I am the devoted Prahlad. Among subduers, I am Time. Among beasts, I am the lion. And among birds, I am Garuda. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So the most significant among the demons, the Daitya is Prahlad Maharaj, right? Among the subduers, he is the time, right? Whatever you do, whatever little independence one has got, the subduer, the time will, will you have, the all things will be as per the time, right? The time will kill it. The time will, take it away from you, right? The time will take it. So among the beasts, I am the lion, right? The most ferocious, right? Among the birds, I am the Garuda, right? So the most significant he is saying, Pavana Pavatamashmi Rama Sashrabratam Aham Jasa Nam Makaraschasmi Shrotasam Ashmi Jhanavi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Of purifiers, I am the wind. Of the new elders, of weapons, I am Rama. Of fishes, I am shark. And of the flowing rivers, I am the Gangas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So what does purify? What does purify once? The of purifies, I am the wind, right? The what one purifies, the wind, right? Of the wielders of weapon, I am the Ram. The best weapon wielder is the Ram, right? Of fishes, I am the shark, right? Of flowing rivers, he is the Ganga river, right? Sarganamadirantashcha madhyam cha evaham Arjuna adhyatma vidya vidyanam vada parvadatam aham. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Of all creations, I am the beginning and the end and also the middle, O Arjuna. Of all sciences, I am the spiritual science of the self, and among logicians, I am the conclusive truth. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So he is the creations, he is the beginning, he is the end, and also the middle. All three combined, right? Origin of all sciences. I am the spiritual science of the self, right? The Vijnana, the actual Vijnana, the Gyan which is not taught in the school and the in the colleges. Rather, it is the spiritual science. The Vijnana, he is the self, right? And among logicians, I am the conclusive truth, right? Whatever logic you, if the logic is not reached to the absolute truth, the conclusive truth, which is Krishna, then that logic is failed basically, right? Whatever logic one must apply, the conclusive truth is the Krishna, right? Is the Krishna, right? Aksharanam akarosmi dvandva samikshay kashya cha ahameva kshaya kalo data dhata aham vishvato mukha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Of the letters, I am letter A. And among the compounds word, I am the dual compound. I am also inexhaustible time and creators of I am Brahma. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So he is the letter A. And among the compound words, I am the dual compound. I am also inexhaustible time. Inexhaustible time is never ending, right? Kalos me. He says Kalos me. So inexhaustible time, right? And of creators, I am the Brahma. Who creates everything? Creates everything. And the immediate creator is the Brahma, right? The Brahma is there. Ultimate creator is the Vishnu, right? The Krishna, Krishna. मृत्यु सर्वाहरश्चाहम भावश्च भविष्यताम इति श्रीर्वाक् च नारीणां स्मृतिर्मेधा दति क्षमा. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
I am all devouring death, and I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So he says, I am all devouring death. Death is ultimate, right? The birth is come, the death will also come, right? I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be, right? Whatever generating, whatever has to happen, he is the principle among it, right? Among women, the fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience are all regarded as womanly things, right? Womanly things. The fame is, related to women. The fortune is related to women. The fine speech is related to women. The memory is related to women, the intelligence is related to women, the steadfastness and patience related to this. This is womanless quality, right? The womanly quality. Brahat Sama Tatha Samnam Gayatri Chandasam Aham Masana Margo Shishiham Ritunam Kusumakaraha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Ritunam Kusumakaraha of the hymns in the Sama Veda. I am the Bhrata Sama and the poetry of the Gayatri. Of months I am Margas. What is it?
Margashirsha Mataji.
Margashesha, November and December. And of the seasons I am the flower bearing spring. Hare Krishna.
Right. So he is the Samveda, right? In the of the hymns, he is Samveda, and I am the Brihat Sama of poetry. He is the Gayatri mantra of months. He is November, December, the beautiful, the winter, the winter, winter, basically the winter months, basically Margashirsa. And of seasons, I am flower bearing spring. Because in the winter, what happens? All the flowers, all the flowers come. It can be offered all to the lotus feet of the Lord, right? Of the seasons, I am the flower bearing spring, right? द्यूतां चलयतामस्मि तेजस्तेजस्विनामहं जयोऽस्मि व्यवसायोऽस्मि सत्त्वं सत्त्वताम् अहम्. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण.
I am also the gambling of cheats and of the splendid. I am the splendor. I am victory. I am adventure. And I am the strength of the strong. Hare Krishna.
Right, so he is the biggest of the cheats, right? So if we want to cheat Krishna, that is not possible, right? I am also the gambling of cheats. Here he says, right? He is the cheater of the cheaters. I am also gambling of the cheats, right? He is the biggest cheater. If we try to cheat Krishna, he will cheat more, right? And of the splendid, I am the splendor. I am victory. He is the victory. He is the adventure. He is the strength of the strong. 10.37 Vishninam Vasudevasmi Pandavanam Dhananjaya Muninam api aham Vyasaha Kavinam Usana Kaviha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Of the descendants of Rishi, I am Vasudeva, and of the Pandavas, I am Arjuna. Of the sages, I am Vyasa, and among the great thinkers, I am Isana. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. The descendants of Vishnu, the descendants of the Lord Ramas and then Vishnu, right? I am the he is the says he is the Vasudeva. And of the Pandavas, I am the Arjuna, right? Of the sages, I am the Vyasdeva, right? Because he is literally incarnation of the Lord Krishna, right? So he is the Vyasdeva, and among the great thinkers, I am Usana. Dandudama Yatamasmi Yaterasmi Jigisatam Maunam Chevasmi Guhyanam Jnanam Jnana Vatamaham. Hare Krishna. Yes, Matari.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Matari.
Among all means of suppressing lawlessness, I am punishment, and of those who seek victory, I am morality. Of secret things, I am silence, and of the wise, I am the wisdom. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. The significant thing in the among the suppressing lawlessness, he is the punishment. A significant thing in the morality is one who seeks victory, right? Of the secret, the silence. Of the secret thing is the silence, right? So he is significant in the silence. He is significant in the wise. I am the wisdom, right? यच्चापि सर्वभूतानां बीजं तद् अहम् अर्जुन न तदस्ति विना यत्स्यान् मया भूतां चराचरम्. हरे कृष्णा. ट्रांसलेशन.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्णा.
Furthermore, O Arjuna, I am generating of seeds of all existence. There is no being, moving or non-moving, that can exist without me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So one who blasphemes the Lord, one who says that who is Lord, who is God, he is nothing, then you show him this shloka. If Krishna is not there, what will happen? We will not exist, right? So every being, everything which is existing is because of Krishna only, right? So he is the generating seed of all existence. There is no being moving or non-moving that can exist without me, right? नान्तोऽस्ति मम दिव्यानां विभूतीनां परन्तप एष तु देशतः प्रोक्तो विभूतेर्विस्तरो मया. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण.
O mighty conqueror of enemies, there is no end to my divine manifestations. What I have spoken to you is but a mere indication of my infinite opulences. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So he declares that these are just mere indication, just the indication that how significant he is, right? How significant he is. What are the significant things? What are the best out of the best he is? So he is just saying that this is all the indication, right? How his opulences are in this world. So anything you are seeing significant, it belongs to the Lord only, right? Created by the Lord, right? Now of the Vishnus, here the table is here. Vishnu is the Aditya, sun is the light. Of the light, he is the sun. Of the Maruti is the Marichi, of the stars he is the moon, of the Vedas, Sam Veda, demigods he is Indra, of the senses he is the mind, of the living beings he is the life force consciousness, of the Rudras he is the Lord Shiva, out of the Yakshas and Rakshadas he is the Kuvera, out of the priests he is Brahaspati priest, of the generals he is the Skanda, of bodies of the water he is Oceana, of the sages he is Bhragumuni, of the vibration he is the Om, or chanting of the holy name Japa is the sacrifices. He is the immovable things in the Himalayas. Of the trees, he is the holy Vigashwata. Of the sages of the demigods, he is the Narad Muni. Of the singers of the demigods, is Chitrata. Of the perfected being Siddhas, he is the Kapila Muni. Of the horses, he is the Uchcheshava. And of the lordly elephants, he is the uh, Airavata, right? So why does Krishna compare himself to the Samveda? The mantras of Samveda are chanted musically, so they are especially pleasing to the gods more than the mantras of the other Vedas, which is why Krishna compares himself to the Samveda. Sama denotes that which brings equipoise, tranquility to the mind, right? So the Samveda is rich with beautiful songs played by the various demigods. One of these songs is Brahat Sama, which has an exquisite melody and is sung at midnight, right? So Samveda is, the Samveda shlokas is not, the song we recite the shlokas, and we go to the Bhagavad Gita shloka and on the Ekadashis. Not that way the shlokas are recited. The Samveda is actually, it comes from the, when the Rudra fly, when the Garuda flies, basically. So out of that Samveda is, come. So some it is, some peak intensity frequency, it goes and comes down, then again goes up. So like the Samveda goes, right? So Samveda is it is all musical, because it is like, when the Garuda flaps his wings, then out of that Samveda is coming. So in the similar way, the Samveda shlokas are, said. So in the today's world, it is not even possible to, recite those shlokas in that way, right? The leader of the Yakshas and Rakshasas is Kuvera, the master treasurer of the demigods, and he is representation of the Supreme Lord. Meru is a mountain famed for its natural resources, right? All natural resources, comes in the Meru mountain. That's why it's significant. And the chief demigod of the heavenly planet is Indra, and is known as the king of the heavens. That's why he is referred to as Indra. The planet on which he reigns is the called Indraloka. Brahaspati is Indra's priest, right? So best priest, so the one who is the king of the heaven. His priest is Brahaspati. That's why the priest he is Brahaspati. And in the Indra is the chief of all kings. The Brihaspati is the chief of all the priests, right? So Himalayas are the greatest mountains in the world. Mount Meru sometimes movable, but Himalayas are never movable. So of the movable, he is the Himalayas, right? As such, the Himalayas are greater than Meru, right? The banyan tree Ashwatha is one of the highest and most beautiful trees, and the people in India often worship it as one of their daily morning rituals, right? So it is, it is the most beautiful in a banyan tree, right? Among the demigods, Narada is the greatest devotee in the universe, right? Thus he is the representation of Krishna as a devotee. The Gandharva planet is filled with entities who sing beautifully, and among them, the best singer is Chitrata, amongst the perfect living entities, right? So Gandharvas में कौन है चित्रता is there, right? So Kapila, the son of Devhuti, is a representative of Krishna, right? Kapila Muni is considered as incarnation of Krishna only, and his philosophy is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam, right? The thunderbolt, the Vajra, is belongs to the mighty weapon, represents Krishna's power. The Krishna Loka cows can be milked at any time, give as much milk as one desires, right? Surbi cow, the Lord is engaged in herding the Surbi cow, right? Kandharpa is the sex desire for begetting good sons or children. Sex for sense gratification does not represent Krishna, right? But as per the rules and regulation, as per the Shastra, he represents that only. So Diti and Aditi are two sisters. The son of Aditi are called Adityas, and the son of Diti are called Daityas, right? All the Adityas are devotees of the Lord, right? And all the Daityas are atheistic, right? Prahlad was born in the family of Daityas, as he was a great devotee of Krishna from his childhood and is considered to be a representative of Krishna, right? As soon as a man is born, he dies at every moment. But the last stroke is called the death itself. The death is Krishna. The Krishna is death personified, right? Of the six basic changes the living entity undergoes, the birth, growth, remaining for some time, reproducing, dwindling, and finally vanishing, birth slash deliverance from the womb is Krishna, right? Gayatri Mantra mentioned Srimad Bhagavatam is regulated poetry chanted by qualified Brahmanas is the most prominent as it is specially meant for God relation. It represents the Supreme Lord, right? This mantra is meant for spiritually advanced people who, on chanting it, can enter into the transcendental position of the Lord. Right? This mantra is the sound incarnation of Brahman, its initiator, passed down from him in disciplic succession. Very important mantra in Vedic civilization. So grains are collected in the November and December is considered, and people are very happy. That's why the November and the December, the Margashrishi is basically the months, basically considered as Krishna. The spring neither too hot nor too cold. The trees are blooming with flowers and foliage. Many ceremonies commemorating Krishna's pastimes are celebrating. Right, all the rituals are going on. So this is the most joyful of seasons. It represents Supreme Lord Krishna. Among the sons, Pandu Putra Arjuna, famous as Dhananjaya, is the best of men and therefore represents Krishna. Among the Munis, Vyasdeva Muni is the greatest as he explained Vedic knowledge in different ways for understanding of the common mass of people in the age of Kali. He is also incarnation of Krishna, right? Kavis are those who are capable of thinking thoroughly on any subject matter. Among the Kavis, Ushana Shukracharya was the spiritual master of the demons, right? He was an extremely intelligent and far-seeing politician. Thus, Shukracharya is another representative of the opulences of Krishna. Punishing of the miscreants represents Krishna. The victorious element of victory is morality. Among the hearing, thinking, and meditating, right? Silence is the most important because it helps to progress very quickly. So one must be silent because we have 2 ears to listen and we have only one mouth to speak, right? So silence. So hearing, thinking, meditating on Krishna, the silence, one progresses very quickly. The knowledge of the wise who can discriminate between matter and spirit, between God's superior and inferior natures is Krishna, right? So these are all the qualities, the demigods, demigods, sage, demigod, philosophical truths, human kings be different. We learned about that. So in the end, say I am the generating seed of all. There is no being moving, non-moving that can exist without me. Almighty enemies, there is no end to my divine manifestations. What I have spoken to you is but a mere indication of my infinite abundances. Right? He is the 3/4 is the spiritual world, 1/4 the material world. In this material world, 1/4 material itself. And just the indication he is told. What will happen if we know about the spiritual world? You can just imagine, right? Know all that all opulent, beautiful, and glorious creations spring from but a spark of my splendor, right? From his splendors, right? So this is the Leela, where he is tasting his own feet, so that he can see that what happens, why the common people, why the devotees are behind this lotus feet, right? So he is tasting his nectar, right? Yad yad vibhuti matsatvam shrimad urjitam eva va tat eva gachatvam mama tejosma swambhavam. To know that all beautiful, glorious, and mighty creations spring from but a spark of my splendor. Right? 10.42 अथवा बहुनैतेन किं ज्ञानितेन तवर्जुन विस्ताभयाम व्यहम इदं कृष्णम एकम शेनास्ति जगत. हरे कृष्ण. ट्रांसलेशन इवन. हरे कृष्ण. So he says, but what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Single fragment is Paramatma, right? The super soul. The single fragment he pervades, right? Single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Everything is living because there is Paramatma. So Paramatma is there. So all this detailed knowledge not necessary. There was his famous devotee in the time of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was used to do. He used to, he used to cry. He used to cry when he used to. He was a Brahmana. He was to use. He had Bhagavad Gita, and he used to cry just by seeing the Bhagavad Gita, right? And everyone used to say you are illiterate. He was illiterate. He couldn't read, but he used to cry by just saying. So all the brahmana used to criticize him that what you are studying, what you are studying, you know nothing, you have no knowledge out of it. No, so he used to say that no, you see that Krishna is the Sarthi of Arjuna. That what how the Lord is, how his Lord is servant to his devotees, how he is basically fulfilling the desire of his devotees. How he becomes the sarthi, just for he used to cry, just seeing the picture of the book, just seeing the picture of the book, that how the Krishna becomes the sarthi of the Lord. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that you have got the essence of this Bhagavad Gita, and you don't need to read this, right? So with the single fragment of myself, he says, what is there in this detailed knowledge, right? If one knows that Krishna is everything, that is all this there, right? What is the need of the opulences if we know that if the Krishna Prema is everything, right? With the gopis and the gopas are not with Krishna for the opulences he has. They are just loving him. Right? They are just in love with the Krishna, right? That is Krishna Prema, right? Not because of the opulences, right? Not just because of happiness, right? The Supreme Lord is represented throughout the entire material universe by his entering into all things as Super Soul. The Lord here tells Arjuna that there is no point in understanding how things exist in separate opulence and grandeur, right? How should know that all things are existing due to Krishna's? He should know that all things are existing due to Krishna's entering them as Super Soul, right? Only this one should know. From Brahma, the most gigantic entity, on down to the smallest, and all are existing because Lord has entered each and all and is sustaining them. Because if Lord is not there, we cannot sustain, right? The energy giving, He is the energy giving, the seed giving Father, right? There is a mission that regularly propounds that worship of any demigod will lead to one to the Supreme Personality of Godhead or the Supreme. Yeah. Right? So Yatomat Tatopat one says that these kind of missions are also there, right? So that is not good, right? That is not good. No, if you are taken the train to Delhi, you will not reach to Kolkata. If you have taken the train to Russia, you will not reach Australia, right? You will go there only, right? Yeah, yanti deva vrata deva, pitra yanti pitravata, bhutani yanti bhutega, yanti madhya ginopi mam, right? So he says that whatever one who worships demigods, they will go to demigod. One who worships the ancestor will live among with them and sisters. One who worships ghosts and spirits, he will live with among the ghosts and spirits. One who worships him, then he will say Krishna, he will live with them, right? So, but worship of demigods is thoroughly discouraged herein because even the greatest demigods like Brahma and Shiva represent only part of opulence of the Supreme Lord, right? They are not the supreme. So Krishna is the supreme of everyone born, and no one is greater than him, right? That's why he is the supreme, right? He is Asamardhava, which means that no one is superior to him and that no one is equal to him, not even equal, right? Because what is the meaning of supreme then? In the Padma Purana, it is said that one who considers the Supreme Lord Krishna in the same category with demigods, with even Brahma or Shiva, becomes at once an atheist. That he is becoming atheist, right? Everything is only one, only Sare Bhagwan Ek hai, like this one of statement is not good. If, however, one thoroughly studies the different descriptions, one should study, right? One should study even in the Rudra Gita, the Shiva is, glorifying the Lord. And the Brahma is glorifying the Lord in the Brahma Samhita. So everyone is glorifying the Supreme, and Supreme Lord is glorifying himself in the Bhagavad Gita. So what is there, what is the confusion about it, right? So one thoroughly studies the different descriptions of the opulences and expansions of Krishna's energy, then one can understand without any doubt the position of Lord Shri Krishna and fix his mind in the worship of Krishna without deviation, right? Mm. So Krishna supports and pervades the entire universe with a mere fragment of himself, right? So conclusion of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10 is from Krishna's potent energy, even the sun gets its power, and by Krishna's partial expansion, the whole world is maintained. Therefore, Lord Krishna is worshipable. He is to be bhajanti, right? He is to be worshipped. How to concentrate mind in Krishna consciousness, full devotion service? By hearing different about the different opulences and expansions of Krishna's energy, right? So how we can do, how to concentrate mind by all these, opulences what one has read, right? This chapter supports your bhakti basically, right? The chapter 10 explains how to attain the highest devotional perfection of association with the supreme lord, right, with this energy. So devotion, service and worship of Krishna are explained in Chatushloki, right? So we learned the three sections. We learned in the three sections that Krishna's position as the origin of everything. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mata sarvam prabhate, right? The Chaturshloki, right? And then the Arjuna's acceptance and his request. His request is to know more about Krishna. And finally, the Virat Rupa he show in the next chapter, right? So this was just the trailer of the Vishwarupa. Hare Krishna. Okay, so we'll end here. Any doubts on today's chapter? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, so we'll end here. Start with tomorrow's chapter, that is chapter 11. Hare Krishna. वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपसिन्धुभ्येव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंतकोटि वैष्णवगीरे श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण। Hare Krishna Sadhana Mataji, yes, Purusha is used only for, yes, Mataji, the philosophy is Purusha is basically the Krishna only, right? And the Purusha, the ultimate supreme Purusha is his only. We are all the Prakriti. The philosophy has to be understood that we are part and parcel of the Lord, right? This is all, this is all the depiction in this material. The duality exists here only, right, Madhuri? But the Purusha, the ultimate Purusha, he is the, because we are the enjoyed, right? Because we are the enjoyed, and he is the enjoyer. He is the ultimate enjoyer. That's why we are Prakriti. Prakriti is to be enjoyed, and the enjoyer is the Purusha. That's why he is the ultimate Purusha. Bhoktaram Jagatapasam. You will understand this, gradually. The realization and understanding, is different. Yeah, first we understand, first we read, then we try to realize it. And who is the ultimate enjoyer? Are we enjoying? Or Lord is enjoying? Right? This question should come, and then contemplate on it, and then you realize it gradually. You are Purusha Sukta. I don't know Matari about is Purusha Sukta Krishna Stuti. I don't know about Purusha Sukta Matari. I will read about it. I guess I have not come across Purusha Sukta Matari. Hare Krishna. Any other doubts? Hare Krishna. Okay. We'll end here then. पांचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपसिन्धुभ्येव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णवन की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्णा। थैंक यू एवरीवन।